The Mumbai chapter of the hit US anthology Modern Love has dropped on Amazon Prime Video. If you have watched Modern Love New York, I suggest you lower your expectations. Alankrita Srivastava's My Beautiful Wrinkle stars Sarika, Danish Rasvi, Ehsas Channa and Tanvi Azmi. Even though it was the shortest of the anthologies, it felt like a 2 ghante ki Hindi film. This one is about a young man in his 20s who confesses that he's sexually attracted to Sarika, who's in her 60s, and he fantasizes about her. Sarika feels unsettled and she dismisses him, but this is what takes her on a journey which helps her to leave her past behind. What ensues is a story of a woman who starts to accept her present and starts to believe कि प्यार और romance में कोई age नहीं होती. The next one I'm going to talk about is Bai, directed by Hansal Mehta. Pratik Gandhi and Ranveer Brar play a queer couple in Hansal Mehta's Bai. Gandhi's family doesn't accept his sexuality and asks him to leave this habit and get married to be straightened out. However, the biggest struggle he faces is coming out to his grandmother, played by Tanuja. Gandhi takes off to Goa and sings at a restaurant where Ranveer Brar is a chef. The two fall in love and they get married. Well, all this is all right, but what really irked me in Bai was the inauthentic portrayal of intimacy between them. The kissing scene between them, well, it reminded me of the time Bollywood used flowers to represent intimacy. Well, I definitely think that flowers would have performed better. The next one I'm going to talk about is I Love Thani, directed by Dhruv Sekkel. It's a story that talks about online dating versus organically meeting someone. Masaba Gupta, a landscape designer in her mid-30s, is looking for a modern man to love. Well, like most single people, she gets on dating apps, goes on dates, but these modern men say things like, you can drink, but do beer se zyada nahi. She's ghosted by one, and another one makes her feel sorry about herself, insisting that the date should end at his house, and why would she want to sleep alone? Both Masaba and Ritwik Bhaumik have portrayed their characters very earnestly, and they make an impact. Dhruv has told such a simple story in such a beautiful way, where love truly is a secret ingredient. For me, the reference of Masaba working with fake leaves and flowers when she did projects while she was online dating, and then working to build a park with real leaves when she met Ritwik, is a reference that certainly made a point. Moving on to the next one, this one is Mumbai Dragon, set amidst the Indian-Chinese community, is directed by Vishal Bharadwaj. Like most of his films, this one too has scenes and shots that are a visual treat. Quant tai Quan ki kasam. Well, that is what Yeo Yan Yan, who plays Chang's overbearing mother, says and takes an oath that she will never talk in Hindi till her son lets go of his girlfriend. Goes back to talking in Cantonese. Chang, her son, is chasing his dream of being a singer. The story deals with the mother's love that is represented by the countless khane ka dabbas that she gives him every time he comes home. The overflowing food in his fridge, for me, draws a parallel to mother's love that suffocates him. The film also stars Nasiruddin Shah, who shines as a friend who tries to help her navigate the situation. Mumbai Dragon is a story told in a true Bharadwaj way. This one is undoubtedly a story that leaves an impact on you. Raat Rani by Shonali Bose. It stars Fatima Sana Sheikh, a cook, and her husband Bhupendra Jadawat, a security guard in an upscale apartment in Mumbai. The two are natives of Kashmir. After her husband leaves her without a warning with a note on a rickety bicycle, Fatima has a meltdown and tries to track him down. When her attempts are in vain, Fatima gradually starts to take the reins of her own life while breaking out of the expectations she was buried under. What stood out for me in Raat Rani was the use of symbolism through the story. The rickety cycle that represented her life, the hole in her roof spoke about the void she felt. The flyover, which she just couldn't cross, represented her not moving on from her husband. But when she did it, she owned the screen. This story is about empowerment and emancipation. Well, the next one I'm going to talk about is Cutting Chai, directed by Nupur Asthana. This one stars Chitrangada Singh, who is stuck in the humdrum of marriage and motherhood, while her dream of becoming a novelist takes a back seat. Arshad Varsi plays her husband, and he does it like in the same Varsi style he would in any other movie. As the story unfolds, we find Singh questioning her life choices and wondering if her life could have been different if she had not married him. It has its moments, but Cutting Chai could have been cut. The series ends with all the shots blending into each other, which goes to show that modern love Mumbai's essence lies in its heart, and its heart lies in Mumbai. Our ratings 3.5 quints out of 5.